I'm Yvonna from Enjoy Your Life Coaching and Healing, and I've got another example for you about what life coaching can do for you. In 2013, I saw a gentleman for about 5 sessions, and he basically came to me because he felt his life was really out of control. So in 5 sessions, he was very motivated. In 5 sessions, his life got so much better. He was happy to come for weekly sessions, but he didn't make it weekly. We made it fortnightly because the goals that he set for himself, mind you, he set them for himself, they were rather large and he needed a little bit more time than just weekly. So the initial goals that he came up with in the first session, I always ask when somebody comes, what are you here for? So he would like to be motivated. He thought he wasn't motivated, and he would like to find direction and focus because he hadn't had direction for about 10 years in his life. And that's probably also why he thought his life was out of control. It makes sense to me anyway. So he's semi-self-employed. He was working for an employer, doing quite a few hours, as well as doing some employment in his spare time. And he did set some sub-goals for himself, and they came up mainly in the first session, but as we moved on and as he progressed and did a self-development and gained and achieved all of his goals, he came up with some sub-goals. So getting organized was one, because obviously if you work for an employer and you have to go and see clients here, there and everywhere, and on top of that you are self-employed with clients, then yeah, you need to be organized. He wanted to declutter his life or unclutter his life, and he did very well at that. The materialistic thing about the decluttering for him was to raise money for equipment, because he was working in a field that he was okay about but he wasn't passionate about, and he needed equipment to start self-employment in his field of passion. He bought a ute and a laptop before the 3rd session, so he was really motivated. Another thing, sub-goal that he came up with was to find balance, to learn to relax, to wise up time-wise, like to work smarter, learn to celebrate. I think I might have had a hand in making that a goal for him, and to improve his health. I think it all kind of like ties in together anyway, because let us tell the story. So in Murray's first session, he gained an overview of his life. This was with help of a coaching wheel and talking to me for an hour. That way, if you have an overview of your life, you can actually see better about what areas need attention. It's quite important. Then when he had an overview of his life, he actually divided his life into segments. And with those segments, he set goals. That was very interesting because I hadn't done that before, but yep, he wanted to do goals for every segment of his life. Very good, excellent. He was motivated, I did say that. His first goal was to declutter and tidy up his property, and in doing so he made a list, and every time something sold he put a tick, and it's a great way to see how well you are doing. I think he also had the amount that he made, and like I said before, the 3rd session he bought 2 important items that he needed to get to his main goal of operating his own business in the field of his passion. Perfect. Amazing. He also realized that he was working too many hours. So he cut down his hours from 120 average a week actually 110, 120 a week to 80 a week, and he stuck to that. That's really good too. So in the time that he had spare, he took his dog for a walk. Really good. He also realized that his family, he had children, was very important. So he made an effort to catch up with the family that were living in the city where he lives. Really good. Then, with the cutting the hours down for work, Murray's words were, an important goal that I'm setting is to work to a level that gets me ahead but doesn't kill me. If you work 120 hours a week every week, that's a lot of hours, and you don't have a balance, and your health gets affected, etc. You don't eat properly because you don't have time to cook healthy food, etc., etc., etc. So really excellent. Then with in the second session, he set a goal, and he wanted to make $2,000 extra with the things that he was selling. He was decluttering his property, which is really good because he said his backyard looked like a junkyard. So very good to do that. Another thing is, with that money that he made, was to buy new clothes. So he did that. He went out and bought new clothes as a reward, as a celebration. I don't know if you do that, but if you set yourself a goal and you achieve it, or even multiple goals, reward yourself. It's so important. So the feel-good factor about celebration and spending time with family was very important for Murray. So it gave him the extra drive to cut down all of his hours for work and self-employment. The feel-good factor, he called it. Anything that makes you feel good, you want to do more of. So if you do that, then something else has got to give. So if it's work, then see if you can reduce the hours at work. Perfect. So he contacted a lot of people for his own part of the business, and either he got paid, like people that had outstanding debts. He organized his schedule better, seeing people in the same area and doing a lot of little jobs in one day, or a big job and then a little job, or whatever, however he did it. And he got rid of 4 customers who were so it was good to actually get rid of the bad stuff that was happening. With the decluttering, that was part of it as well. He needed to get rid of some negative people in his life, and 4 of them were customers, and one of them was somebody who was hanging around quite a bit. And he'd given a finger and they had taken a whole hand. So I think by the 3rd session he stopped that. He set his boundaries very clearly after the 2nd one. So right, lifestyle and business were greatly improved by the decluttering and becoming organized, and he felt so much better. He started loving his life again. He started working on his sideline business, the one he was passionate about. Perfect. Also, he had time to rest. Oh my God, I can rest, he said. He can walk his dog for half an hour or an hour, which is, for somebody who's always busy and has always been busy, it's probably a better way to relax than sitting in a lazy boy watching TV or something like that. Especially if you're not used to it, you'd be like, I need to do something. So while you're walking your dog, you're actually doing something. Right, the decluttering gave him more focus on the 2 main projects that he was working on at home, and he was getting results. So he actually put that down to being accountable to me, because, or to somebody, it doesn't matter who, your life coach, your partner, whatever, as long as you're accountable to somebody and you say, hey, this is what I'm going to do, then it feels like you actually have to do it because you voiced it out loud and somebody was listening. So I think that's how accountability works. I'm sure there's more depth to it, but yeah, so he was so happy to tell me the result every fortnight when he came for another session. So the feedback from the last session was he has a clear head now, now that he's rested and is organized. So beforehand his head was all fuzzy and stuff, and he thought his life was out of control, remember? And now he's rested and organized. He has a clear head. He walks his dog every day and he's feeling good. So that's really good. It will help with the health as well, get some extra fresh air in. When he came in for his last session, it was actually 3 weeks, I think, instead of a fortnight. He gave me lots of feedback, and he had this thing that they use in school, we book that they use in school to write in. He gave me lots of pages with a lot of his results and his goals in there, because I do that myself as well. I have, oh, I'll go and get it, I'll show you. Just a sec. It's a goal book. And it's just one of those, and you write in all sorts of stuff, you put things in, and it's just very, very good to write down your goal in SMART format, and see my other videos about that. And when you look back at it, you can see, oh my gosh, I've done so much. So for my goal book, on the one side I write down the SMART goal, and on the other side I write down the action steps. So I write it all out in very clear format and things like that. And then the action steps are, maybe it's a list of things to do, and maybe it's a bit more, but it's amazing. You tick it off or you highlight the bits that you've done. I was thinking of producing a goal book to bring it out with an ISBN number and things like that, but it got put to the side as well. There's another video about videos versus books, it's called. So what he said, I've got it written down. Doing this coaching made me realize I don't need motivation. I already work hard. I need focus, and I need to become a bit smarter. I thought I could get organized in 1 week, but 1 hour a day, it seems to do it. Don't do everything in one go. An hour a day, same for gardening. An hour a week, 2 hours a week, your garden will look amazing eventually. Every time I get a bit more organized, it makes me feel better. I need a lifestyle today, not next week. So attack the biggest thing first. This coaching for me has been good. The fact that I couldn't make it every week made me realize how out of control my life was. I am now more organized, I have the feel-good factor back in my life, and I rest for the first time in my life. Thank you very much. That was part of the book that he gave me. He wrote that letter. Basically, he wrote a letter to me in his goal book, and then he gave me the goal book. And it was really nice to have him as a client, because he was so motivated, and I could see him move forward every single time that I had seen him. I mean, he made massive progress in this first session. To get an overview of your life, to be able to step back and to go, this is what my life is like. These are the important sections in my life. These are the bits that need attention, and those are the bits that need less attention. Perfect. So he achieved all of the goals. He needed some accountability, which you can easily get, especially from a coach. And he found that decluttering his personal space, his property as well as his life, let him be more organized. He has more time for family, even the ones that don't live in his city. And he's smarter at work. So he said at the end, he said he was going to keep on going with the goal setting. So to get somebody to go from a life completely out of control and thinking he needs motivation to, within 2 months, to go to being happy, having a feel-good factor, and having balance back in their life, that's absolutely amazing. He's got direction, he's got a focus, he's got a goal, and I actually used some of his business that he was passionate about a little while later. So that was really good to be able to return the favor. Awesome. So this is something that life coaching can do for you. 5 sessions for this one. It's any age anyway, and go for it. Think about what it is that you think you need, and then contact somebody. Contact a life coach. Oh, this day and age, everything is online anyway, so contact a life coach that resonates with you the most and start doing your sessions. Do the first one and then decide how much time you need. At the end of the first one, decide how much time you need to work on the goals that you have set for yourself, and show up for the next session. Don't cancel. It's the accountability that makes it so good, and it's so worth the money. Would you rather have a life out of control or have a good work-life balance, or be centered and balanced? This was Yvonna from Enjoy Your Life Coaching and Healing. I do online sessions as well. Have a look at my website, enjoyyourlife.today, or email me on enjoyyourlifeltd@gmail.com, or check out my Facebook pages, Enjoy Your Life Coaching, Enjoy Your Life Energy Healing. Thank you. And subscribe to my YouTube channel. There's plenty more videos to come. Enjoy your day, and I will catch you later. Bye.